thank you for joining me today. I'm excited to share with you today how I made this Christmas card using the Snowflake Wishes Stamp set and coordinating dies, which feature in the mini catalogue Autumn and Winter 2020. I think it's August to December. So the dies are, or the snowflakes are die cut with the dies, and the sentiment May Your Season Sparkle is using the stamp set. And then this die here that I've die cut the greeting from is using this die set, which are the Hippo and Friends dies. I absolutely love this set of dies. I will admit I've not used the hippo or the unicorn much. It's been for me all about these fabulous shapes for sentiments. I think they are really good and they make lovely tags and layers for die cutting our sentiments on. So first off, I'm going to share with you the measurements for the card. This one I have added a little tiny slither, hopefully you can see that there, slither of silver, but this time I'm not going to do that. However, if you wanted to add it in, all you've got to deduct off is a couple of mil off the width of your cardstock layer. So first off, it's a C6 card base, which measures 21 centimetres by 14.85, which I've then scored in half. It's ready to go. Just grab my bone folder. So I've scored that in half at 10.5. So that's that. And then the layer to go on top is half a centimetre shorter, so it's 10 centimetres by 14.4 centimetres, and this cardstock is Misty Moonlight, which then you can see I've then used Night of Navy ink and a sponge round the edges to darken up the cardstock. So let me show you how I did that. So I've got my Night of Navy ink pad and a sponge. Just clear my deck a little bit. I always manage when I do videos to create an amazing mess. So I start off the card and then work onto the card. I just find they get a smoother, just smoother when you come onto the cardstock rather than going straight onto the card. But you can do it how you prefer. Just inking up, and then the more colour we add, the depth of the colour is darker, which I did get it quite dark on my original, so it's going to be a little bit of time just to add this up. I do love my glass mat for this because I do feel I'm not wasting ink because I can then drag it off my glass mat. However, one needs to remember to wipe her mat when she's done this, because I have a habit of forgetting that I've done that. And then I lay something on it and I get ink all over it, which is not a good look. Especially when you're using a white card base. And you can just see that I'm adding to the depth, making it darker on the edges of the cardstock, and then so it's lighter to the Misty Moonlight. Just going to work on darkening up these right at the edges. I'm happy with the depth of colour there, so I'm just going to work, and then you can add as much or as little as you like. I think I'm going to leave it there just because I don't want you watching that when we can be watching me do the rest. So that is the base for the colour. I then used the Frost White Shimmer paint, and then I added that with an aqua painter. You do need to make sure your area is clear, which I'm just going to move a few bits out of the way. Although I was really careful when I did this, I found I had splats everywhere. So you're just going to add a few splats of the shimmer paint. like that. I'm going to put the lid on that, but I would give that a good wash and rinse to make sure that is clear. Now I'm just going to move this out of the way carefully. I'm just going to move it to one side, and I'm just going to wipe my glass mat. Like I say, it is quite messy, and is what I don't want to do is then start sticking my card together and ending up with stuff everywhere. So just giving it a wipe, just with a baby wipe. It cleans up really easy. I have got splatters everywhere though, considering how careful again I thought I was. So that's nice and clear. I'm just going to give this a quick blast with a heat tool, just because there's a few bigger lumps on there. So I'm just going to give that a blast just to help that dry. I was going to do Blue Peter style and have one I made earlier, but I'm not going to do that. So just giving it a quick blast. I actually don't mind if I splodge them a little bit anyway, so whoops. So there's that. It's not quite dry, so I am going to have to be careful. I'm just going to show you one I did here with Pretty Peacock. Hopefully you can see the difference. This is Pretty Peacock cardstock with Night of Navy, and again with the splatters, and then we've got the Misty Moonlight here. Hopefully you can see the difference in the colour there. They both work quite as nice, but I ended up going for the Night of Navy, but I love the Pretty Peacock. It works really well. So to then start putting my card together, I've pre-cut some snowflakes, which some of them I do just need to look like I need to poke out some of the bits that have got stuck in. So I'm just going to poke those out. They come out really easy. And then I just laid them on my card, roughly where I wanted them. And I just played about really until I was happy with my layout. I'm going to go for the similar layout as to what I've got on my first one, so I already know where mine are going to go. I'm dropping all the bits on the floor if you can hear. I'm going to add another snowflake this time and bring this one down to the bottom. Pop a little one in there again. And then I also had a little one just sitting over there, and I don't think I actually need this one. I could pop that one there. Let me just poke those bits out. To stick the snowflakes down, I used Tombow, and all I did was just add tiny little bits just on the solid areas of the snowflake, because there's not many solid areas on my snowflake. So just popping that down. If you give the card a go, I'd love to see your finished card. And if you experiment with other colours, feel free to tag me on social media. I love to see that I've inspired someone, and I love nothing more than getting an email. I had an email from a lady the other day. She'd come across one of my cards on Pinterest, and she sent me a message. Oh, Laura, you know, what did you use? What was this stamp? So it was great going back and reminding myself of, it was a card from several years back, but I just love that I've inspired someone to have a go and make my card. I forgot to say, these snowflakes are cut using the shimmer cardstock, so they have a nice, they're not just flat white, which is, I quite like the effect of the shimmer cardstock. Just a subtle little bit of shimmer. I don't know whether to add that. I'm going to see in a minute if I want to add that one. So I just then, the snowflakes that are overhanging, I just trimmed them off. Just to give nice, neat, clean finish. my heat embossed silver embossing powder on the Misty Moonlight, and that's going to sit there on dimensionals. I've got some dimensionals here. Just peeling those backs off those, whoops, dimensionals. And then my sentiment sits about there, just over halfway up. I don't know whether to add that one just in. I quite like it there actually. I'm going to add it there this time. Why not, hey? Just a random snowflake on the outside like that. Then need to grab my, whoops, that's the other card, the original. I'm back to my card base, and I always like to lay my card base flat when I'm sticking the front on, so I don't end up with the card opening the wrong way, because there is nothing more frustrating than loving what you've made and then you go to open it and it doesn't open the normal way. I've been caught out a few times like that. So if I do this, if I lay it flat, I can actually see that I know my card is going to open the right way. And it sits, I always find when I'm trying to stick a base, the layer on top, this happens. So it's always nice to lay it flat. It's not going to move anywhere. And you can kind of see you're getting it nice and straight. To finish off my card, I added some basic rhinestones, which I'm just going to add some of them in. I used a mix, so there's 3 different sizes, a large, a medium and a small, and I used a mix of the sizes, and I added 5 in total. So 1, 2, let's pop a big one in there, 3, 4, 5. I always go with an odd number. So that is the 5 rhinestones. And that is the card complete. There we go. I actually really like that, adding that snowflake on there. I love it. Really easy to make too, don't you agree? I hope you've enjoyed my video today. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like my video. You can always leave me a comment in the comment box below. Whoops, don't know where my camera is, down there. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you get a notification of when I next upload a video. Thank you so much for coming by today. I hope I've inspired you. Take care. Bye bye.